welcome to another packed-action episode of Ytxw Collision, Episode 6. We are live in San Francisco, California, at a sold-out crowd. I'm Dynamite X at ringside, and tonight we have an action-packed episode for you. And we're going to start the show off with Ytxw. He is pissed from the last episode of Ytxw Collision. Him and his buddy CJ Hawkins was against the $1 Million Willie and Big Vincent, and at the end of that match, that monster Warlock took him out. Well, Ytxw has something to say about that tonight, I heard, in the back. And here he comes, the painkiller, Ytxw, the #1 contender to the Ytxw Championship at Summerfest. Was ruled by the board, and him and CJ Hawkins was able to beat the $1 Million Willie and Big Vincent in that tag team match on the last episode of Ytxw Collision. He would be the #1 contender for the title, and him and his partner won the match. That makes Ytxw the new #1 contender. And the crowd's going crazy for this rubble. Ladies and gentlemen, we're only 2 episodes away from Summerfest, one of Ytxw's biggest pay-per-views of the year. And this guy is the headline of the very first Summerfest for the Ytxw Heavyweight Championship. It will be the $1 Million Willie versus Ytxw.
Why, hello there, everybody, hey fans of all ages. I'm glad you're here tonight, because as you can clearly see, I'm a little bit, just a tiny bit, pissed the fuck off. And who do I have to be the target of my anger? It's quite simple. Oh, one 7-foot giant that apparently takes pleasure in making cheap shots of people, but never actually taking the time to go into a straight-up match. Yeah, I find that very fucking funny, hey Warlock. You call yourself like a war machine and just a modem for destruction, and yet you have to take cheap shots in order to bloody do the most damage to people. Yeah, that's really fucking funny. But then again, since you're being employed by probably the funniest person on this show in the $1 Million Who, then it makes perfect sense. And so, all I gotta say is Warlock, get your Titanic ass in this ring. Well, if you're gonna be too much of a fucking pansy, Warlock, then I might as well, I'll go in the back. I can find your Titanic ass.
Ytxw, I am sorry, but Warlock is not coming out here tonight because Mr. Crow, you are not medically clear to compete here tonight. So you are banned from the arena. So get out of my ring before I have you removed by security. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to make a huge event here tonight. It is going to be champion versus champion. The Ytxw Internet Champion, Dan Matthews versus the Ytxw Champion, the $1 Million Willie. Also, by the way, I saw that interview that Tony James did in the last episode of Ytxw Collision, saying that he will be back. Well, Mr. Tony James, that is not going to happen tonight, anytime soon. Because Tony James, you're fired!
What the fuck? How the hell? Abuse of power! Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks, motherfucker.
pounds, C.J. Hawkins.
And here comes C.J. Hawkins. He made his debut on the last episode of YTXW Collision. He teamed up with his good friend, Zane Crow, to defeat the $1 Million Willie and Big Vincent in a tag team match. And that made Zane Crow the #1 contender to the $1 Million Willie's YTXW Championship at Summerfest. C.J. Hawkins is a phenomenal athlete. He one of the premier superstars in BYU, and he's here to make his footprint in YTXW.
And his opponent, from Rome, Italy, weighing in at 250 pounds, Ryan Terror.
And here comes Ryan Terror. He says that C.J. Hawkins has no business here in YTXW. You should go back to that other organization, BYU. He's only here to take the thunder away from all the other athletes in the back. And he's going to make sure that C.J. Hawkins leaves here tonight and never returns. Before we get into this match, I want to say something before what happened before we went to commercial break. Big Hoss, the CEO of this company, fired Tony James. That is ridiculous. Tony James put up a fight against in his lifetime in your living room for the title, and he gets injured by that big monster Warlock. And he said on the last episode he's going to come back better than ever. Then Big Hoss just shuts him down and fires him. Oh, that's just bullshit. Well, we'll get to that later on. We're all starting off with a match between C.J. Hawkins and Ryan Terror. Left and right, back and forth, and a drop kick by C.J. Hawkins. Irish whip coming up by C.J. Hawkins, and a flying drop kick by C.J. Hawkins. C.J. Hawkins on the top rope and does a leg drop on Ryan Terror into a tornado neck breaker. Right, Ryan Terror was able to reverse it into a back suplex by C.J. Hawkins. Ryan Terror's back and forth. Reversal by C.J. Hawkins. Irish whip coming up. And another flying drop kick by C.J. Hawkins. Irish whip coming up. And another flying drop kick by C.J. Hawkins. C.J. Hawkins likes to fly around that ring. That is his specialty, and the crowd's getting into it. Into a belly-to-belly suplex by C.J. Hawkins. Irish whip coming up again. Comes over the top rope, knocks him off. C.J. Hawkins running, and he flies over the top rope and does a takedown to Ryan Terror. What a move, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Terror is trying to get back in the ring, gets back in, left and rights by C.J. Hawkins, reversal. Belly to belly by C.J. Hawkins. C.J. Hawkins is getting the crowd back into it. Ryan Terror's left and right. Reversal by C.J. Hawkins. Tosses him. Ryan Terror was able to try to toss him over the top rope. Tosses him back in the ring again. A camel clutch by Ryan Terror. Will C.J. Hawkins submit? Referee's going in there and checking it. C.J. Hawkins fights out of it. Into a cover. Only a 1 count. Irish whip coming up. Ooh, C.J. Hawkins was able to counter. He's going to the top rope. And a 450 into a Hurricanrana. What a move by C.J. Hawkins. He's getting the crowd into it. What's C.J. going to do now? Irish whips him into the corner, and here comes another flying drop kick by C.J. Hawkins. He's getting the crowd. The crowd's going crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Irish whip another coming up by C.J. Hawkins. Flips him over the top rope. Crowd's going nuts. What's C.J. going to do? Ryan Terror gets out, gets back in the ring. C.J. was able to stop himself. Irish whip coming up by C.J. Hawkins. And a takedown by Ryan Terror. Ryan Terror picks him up into a headlock. Punches him in the face and into a DDT by Ryan Terror to CJ Hawkins. Swings him around. CJ Hawkins was able to counter it. A drop kick to the back by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Into a swinging neck breaker by CJ Hawkins. Here we go again. Irish whip coming up. Ooh, and a drop kick by CJ Hawkins. Man, CJ Hawkins is really loves the crowd here and getting the crowd into his matches. Irish whip by Ryan Terror coming up. Drops under. Into a backdrop by Ryan Terror to CJ Hawkins. CJ Hawkins counters into a roll-up. 1, 2, and it kicks out at 2. Irish whip coming up by Ryan Terror into a Samoa drop. Going up to the top rope. Into a leg drop. Into a cover, Ryan Terror. And it's only a 2 count. Left and right's coming up. Irish whip. Drop under. Into a backdrop by Ryan Terror. Picks him up. Kicks him in the gut. Into a headlock. He's got a sleeper. Ryan Terror's got a sleeper on CJ Hawkins. Got his legs wrapped around his waist, putting more pressure on. CJ's trying to fight out of it. He does. He's fighting out of it. Tosses him over. CJ Hawkins. Ooh, a corkscrewed leg drop going to the top rope. Into an elbow drop, it looks like. Looks like he's going in for the win. What's he gonna do? Ooh, and another drop kick by CJ Hawkins. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have technical difficulties in the truck. Irish foot coming up, and a drop kick on the outside, but Ryan Terror was able to dodge it, and he does a springboard off the rope and hits CJ Hawkins. And they're both down. 2, 3. Referee's counting. CJ Hawkins Irish whips him in the corner, flips him over. He's gonna run again. Swings off and hits an elbow drop, but Ryan Terror was able to counter it. Irish flips him into the off the announce table, bounces his head off the announce table, brings him back in the ring, and now they're locked up in the ring again. Headlocked by CJ Hawkins. Picking him up, and a suplex by CJ Hawkins, and he's telling him to get up again. He's going into, Ryan Terror was able to counter it into a German suplex. Ryan Terror's Irish whip's coming up. Into a Samoa drop by Ryan Terror. Into a cover, Ryan Terror 1, 2, and kick out at 2.5. Ryan Terror almost beat CJ Hawkins. Then a drop kick by CJ Hawkins. Everyone's going, CJ, CJ in the crowd. Irish whip in the corner. Here comes a running drop kick again by CJ Hawkins. Man, what an athlete CJ Hawkins is. And CJ Hawkins goes on the top rope. Wait for Ryan Terror to get up, and a missile drop kick from the top rope by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Into a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5. Irish whip coming up. Into a running drop kick. He's telling Ryan Terror to get up again. Ryan Terror was able to counter it. CJ Hawkins left and right with his fists and kicks. Ryan Terror was able to dodge it, swings him around. CJ Hawkins gets Ryan Terror in the corner in the turnbuckle. Now he's holding him up against the rope. The referee should get in there. CJ Hawkins trying to get the crowd into it. What's he gonna do? An underarm suplex coming up. A double arm suplex on Ryan and Terror. CJ Hawkins and the crowd's going crazy. See, this is what YTXW is all about. High-flying impact, in-your-face action. You will not see this in any other organization out there. And a Hurricanrana by CJ Hawkins. We bring you the best in professional wrestling. And a DDT by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Into a moonsault. Into a cover. 2. And Ryan Terror kicks out at 2.5. Left and rights by CJ Hawkins. We give you the very best competition here in YTXW. A roll up by CJ Hawkins. And it kicks out at 2. Into a neck breaker by CJ Hawkins. Look like CJ's going in. He's picking him up over his shoulders. What's he gonna do? A rolling takedown. Picking him up again. Looks like a double arm suplex coming up. Is he gonna hit it? And he does. Irish whip coming up into the corner. A drop kick in the back. Ooh, a standing moonsault into a cover. And Ryan Terror kicks out at 2.5. Ooh, and a drop kick by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. He's cutting up on his feet again. What's he gonna hit? Oh. A pedigree by CJ Hawkins. Going into a cover. 1, 2, 3. And CJ Hawkins beats Ryan Terror here tonight on YTXW Collision Episode 6. Congratulations, CJ Hawkins. What an impressive debut one-on-one match. I see great things in his career here in YTXW.
I want to make sure that Zane Crow is out of my arena and make sure he does not come back in.
towards the ring. Oh no, he's getting in the ring. That guy's bigger than Tony James. Oh, it's got Tony by the throat. Choke slam. Go for the cover. No, not like this. Not like this. Oh, the $1 million Willie just regained the heavyweight championship of the world of YTXW. Oh no, what's he gonna do now? Oh no, not another choke slam. Ah, man, poor Tony. His back's gotta be broken. Come on, ref, get this monster out of whoever he is.
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Kingston, Jamaica, weighing in at 262 pounds, Dusty Ryan.
Here comes the Jamaican sensation, Dusty Ryan. On his way down the ring to get ready for his match. Welcome back to YTXW Collision Episode 6. Hope you're having a good time. What an opening match that was between CJ Hawkins and Ryan Terry. Dusty Ryan came in here as a nobody on his very first night with the $1 million Willie, the YTXW champion. And ever since then, the crowd loves him. Loves to play tribute to his Jamaican heritage.
And his opponent, from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 243 pounds, he is one half of the YTXW Tag Team Champion, Taylor Storm.
And here comes one half of the YTXW Tag Team Champions, Taylor Storm. Him and Alexander has been Tag Team Champions since Episode 2 of YTXW Collision. They successfully retained their titles at the first pay-per-view in your living room against the next brother. They've been fighting champions. But tonight, Taylor Storm is in one-on-one competition against the Jamaican sensation, Dusty Ryan. And we're off. With a quick offense by Dusty Ryan. Nice flip coming up by Dusty. And Taylor Storm was able to counter it, and Dusty was able to counter that. Big boots him, and Taylor Storm fell outside the ring, over the top rope outside the ring. They're fighting outside the ring. Reversing back and forth. Right. Dusty Ryan brought Taylor Storm back in the ring, elbow to the face. Dusty Ryan gets back in the ring. Storm overtops him, throws him over the top rope and kicks him off the edge of the apron there. Fighting outside the ring, referee starting its count. Telling him to get back in. Man, this match is starting right off the bat real quick, ladies and gentlemen. And a neck breaker coming up by Taylor Storm to Dusty Ryan. Dusty Ryan's able to get back in. Taylor Storm brings him back in the ring, an elbow. And now it looks like he's going to do a leg drop on the apron. And he hits it, gets back in. Looks like Dusty Ryan's kind of a little groggy. Storm's back and forth. Dusty's able to counter out of it. And does a clothesline to Taylor Storm. Right and left, back and forth, reversal by Taylor Storm. Dusty Ryan was able to counter into a neck breaker coming up, and he hits it. Ooh, reversing back and forth. Storm kicks him down the headlock into a hurricanrana. A hit toss by Dusty Ryan. flips him over the top rope. Dusty hangs on the apron. Ooh, and a drop kick by Storm, and Dusty Ryan flies outside the ring. They're fighting. Irish whip coming up, swings him over the top rope, knocks him off the apron. Dusty Ryan does an axe handle. They're fighting outside. Ooh, bounce off my announce table. Storm's head hits off my announce table again. And a hip toss by Storm. They're fighting outside in front of me. Irish whip in the barricade. A headbutt. Storm falls down. Dusty gets him back up. Irish whips in the pull of the ring. Headbutts him back in. Headbutts him, brings him back in. Dusty gets back in the ring, stomping on him. Storm's trying to get up. He's up to his feet. Left and right foot. Ooh, and a takedown by Storm. A kick in the gut. And here comes the back-to-belly suplex by Dusty Ryan to Taylor Storm. He's stomping him. That's Storm on the ropes. Looks like he's choking him on the middle of the rope. Referee's time to get off of him. Irish whip coming up. Toss him over the top rope. Storm Dusty Ryan drop kicks and Storm falls outside. Axe handle off the apron. Into the Irish whips into the barricade, and he dodges right into Taylor Storm. Irish whip Storm to the barricade again and headbutts him again, and Storm falls down. They're fighting out, and Irish whips him to the post of the ring again. Hits his head. Looks like Storm's busted open, and he is. Taylor Storm is busted open. Dusty Ryan's on the top rope and does a swinging neck breaker off the top rope. Irish whip coming out. Irish whips him over the top rope and drop kicks him, but Taylor Storm trying to hang on the rope. Left and right, and he falls off the apron there. They're outside fighting again, left and right. Storm's got a headlock. Dusty was able to counter it. Storm was able to counter into a wrist lock. Countering back and forth again. One really has to clear up. And a Rusher leg backdrop. Fighting outside the ring. Irish whip to the barricade. Taylor Storm getting back in the ring. Dusty gets back in the ring. Reversing back and forth into a vertical suplex. And that has to have your blood will rush to your brain and you have a headache. Reversing back and forth into another standing suplex. One into a cover. And only a 1 count. Fighting back and forth. Neck breaker coming up by Dusty Ryan, and he hits it. Irish whip by Dusty coming out over the top rope. Storm went left and right, trying to drop Storm off the apron again. Drop kick, and he falls off the apron. Dusty Ryan goes on outside, and axe handle off the top rope, off the apron. Irish whips him into steel steps, and man, that has to blow his Storm's kneecaps out. Those steps are like 50 pounds apiece. Ooh, and a hip toss by Dusty Ryan. Man, Dusty Ryan a little aggressive here tonight on YTXW Collision. Dusty Ryan told me earlier today that his goal is to become world champion here in YTXW. And that he should be the next #1 contender to face either Zane Crow or the $1 Million Wheel, the winner at Summerfest for the title. Looked like he went to the top rope and tried to do a missile dropkick and knocked Taylor Storm out, but Taylor Storm was able to dodge the last second. Dusty Ryan crashed and burned, and they're fighting outside the ring. This match has been outside the ring more than inside the ring here tonight. And these two are very aggressive against each other. That's what YTXW is all about. Aggressive, impact, in-your-face wrestling, real competition. No one does it better than YTXW. Dusty Ryan's on the barricade, trying to get his spots back together. He's able to get back in the ring. Tried to do a clothesline behind Taylor Stone. Taylor Stone was able to counter it. Reversing back and forth. Into an atomic drop by Storm. Got a waist lock on Dusty Ryan. Into a Russian leg backdrop. Storm's going back outside the ring. What's he going to do now? And right here by my commentary. A set. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Ryan just side effect Taylor Storm right through my announce table. I hope you guys could still hear me. Hope this microphone still fucking works. God damn, I don't get hesitate around here. This match is goddamn aggressive here tonight. My monitors are broken. And I got the best seat in the house. Damn. Hope this thing's on. The guys in the back of the truck's telling me my microphone's still working. Well, anyways, Dusty Ryan just did a hard clothesline to Taylor Storm. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off my game now. I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. Ooh! A DDT by Taylor Storm to Dusty Ryan. And a hip toss by Taylor Storm to Dusty Ryan. Storm's back in there, trying to get back in there. Come on, guys, get this back in the ring. Now they're taunting each other. They're finally back in the ring. Referee should keep it in the ring. Dusty Ryan coming up. He's hitting his patent DDT, and he hits it. Is he going for the cover? Is he going to get it? 1, 2, 3, and Dusty Ryan beats Taylor Storm here tonight. What an aggressive match. God damn, what an aggressive match. My commentary booth is broken, my monitors are busted, but congratulations, Dusty Ryan, on beating Taylor Storm here tonight on YTXW Collision. Crowd's going nuts. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my announce table's busted. Well, anyways, earlier tonight, Zane Crow was banned from the arena by the CEO of this company, Big Hoss. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, I just received an email from the board of directors of YTXW. We are overturning Big Hoss's decision and allowing Zane Crow to return to the arena here tonight. We also found out that Zane Crow is medical cleared to compete here tonight. So it will be Zane Crow versus Big Vincent later on here tonight on YTXW Collision. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to commercial break, and I hope when we get back, the monkeys in the back will get me another fucking announce table. We'll see you. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. God damn it.
Yeah! Another boys' night in. Sweet. Not now. I'm in the zone.
Doritos. Yummy. Single player or multiplayer?
Well, welcome back to YTXW Collision. Well, during the commercial break, the monkeys in the back gave me a new announce table and hooked me up, so hopefully everything's working fine and no one breaks this one. Well, tonight's main event will be a champion versus champion match. The YTXW Internet Champion Dan Matthews versus the YTXW World Heavyweight Champion, the $1 Million Willie. What a match that's going to... What the hell was that? I ain't gonna sleep good tonight. I don't know what the hell that was. I'm fucking scared out of my mind. What is this, some goddamn horror show? This is wrestling, not the Haunted Mansion. Well, coming up next is Alexander versus Mr. Sunshine. What the fuck?
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 262 pounds. He is one half of the Ytxw Tag Team Champion, Alexander.
Well, here comes Alexander, the other half of the Ytxw World Tag Team Champion. He's going to go up against the male stripper, Mr. Sunshine. I don't know how anyone's going to be able to compete in that ring for the rest of the night after what I just said. Good golly, I got she's been going down my back. Oh, anyways, Alexander says he loves to take his camera to the ring every night because the YPXW fans love him.
And his opponent, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 232 pounds, male stripper Mr. Sunshine.
And here comes the male stripper himself, Mr. Sunshine. He loves the party. That's what, every time he tells me, every time the show starts, before the show starts, he goes, Dynamite X, I want you to go out and come. I love the party after the shows, every night. He likes the ladies. And man, the ladies love him. One of these days he might come down here with nothing, and that's scary. And Mr. Sunshine has done well for himself here in YPXW as of late. Most of the superstars in the back like to hang around with him because he's the only one who has the ladies so they can get some action. Whoa, big fella, stay down. We got work to do. I wish I was up there with Mr. Sunshine right now dancing. Well, I like to know how the generals and Mr. Sunshine could stay down when he's around beautiful ladies like that. And we're off! Between Alexander and Mr. Sunshine, and it's reversing back and forth early on in this match, and right into a back suplex by Alexander. He's choking him on the ropes. Referee should get in there and tell him to get off of that. God damn, I still got the goosebumps after what I just saw. What the hell was that? No one in the back don't even know what that was. Well, anyways, back to the match. We got a dragon sleeper on Mr. Sunshine from Alexander. Mr. Sunshine was able to get out of it. Irish whip in the corner by Alexander into a tornado DDT. A back suplex by Alexander to Mr. Sunshine. Left and right. Mr. Sunshine in the corner going into another tornado DDT. I think even the fans were freaked out when that happened. Left and right by Mr. Sunshine. Alexander was able to get out of it. Into a Russian leg backdrop. Into a waist lock. To a back suplex. Ooh, an enziguri kick, a running enziguri kick to the back of Mr. Sunshine's head. A swinging neck breaker by Mr. Sunshine. And another one by Mr. Sunshine. Takedown. Now he's working on Alexander's back of Alexander's neck. Into a headlock. Alexander was able to fight out into his version of a hook lock, into a hip toss by Alexander. Locking up. Takedown by Mr. Sunshine, Irish foot going up onto the turnbuckle. Mr. Sunshine was able to counter it, fighting back and forth. A Russian leg backdrop by Mr. Sunshine to Alexander. A headlock by Mr. Sunshine. Oh, and a rig to the eyes. Come on, Ruff. Into a bulldog. Irish foot coming up by Mr. Sunshine. Ooh! Another takedown by Mr. Sunshine. Irish foot by Alexander coming up. Able to dodge it. It was going into a clothesline, but Alexander was able to dodge that. Irish foot into the corner. Sunshine dodges that. Into a wrist lock. Alexander got into a takedown, into a suplex by Alexander. Left and rights to Alexander. Mr. Sunshine falls outside the ring. A springboard into a clothesline by Alexander to Mr. Sunshine. An enziguri kick by Alexander to Mr. Sunshine. Kick in the face. Fighting outside the ring in the barricade. Well, the last match was mostly outside, more than inside. Come on, guys. Get him back inside the ring, ref. Can't afford to have another commentary booth broken out here. We finally got this one fixed. Fighting on the barricade. Referee's got to be at least up a 5 or 6 count. They better get back in the ring pretty soon before they get counted out. A suplex by Alexander. Alexander gets back in the ring. Looks like he went back in and out to break the 10 count. Irish whips him to the other side of the barricade. Come on, they're getting awfully close to me. Irish foot swings him back around into a suplex, spine busters. Alexander gets back in the ring and breaks the 10 count again. And a backdrop by Mr. Sunshine. Irish foot coming up right into the pole. Ooh, a headbutt off the pole and rolls him back in the ring. And Mr. Sunshine gets back inside the ring. And another backdrop by Mr. Sunshine and an axe handle. Alexander gets outside to recruit, but now he's hits Mr. Sunshine in the back. Ooh, Irish whipping ran and he tripped over the steel steps. Irish whipping against the barricade again, headbutts him, and Mr. Sunshine drops. Fighting back and forth. Ooh, and a hip toss by Alexander. Alexander goes back in and breaks the 10 count. Sunshine's running around. I think he's trying to recuperate, gets him back in the ring. Alexander kicks in the gut. Irish whip coming up. Into a Samoa drop by Alexander. Ooh, Mr. Sunshine is busted open. This is the second time a superstar got busted open tonight. Ooh, a jawbreaker by Mr. Sunshine to Alexander. Into a DDT to Alexander by Mr. Sunshine. They're both outside into a bulldog by Alexander to Mr. Sunshine, outside on the mat. Ooh, into a dragon sleeper. Well, he ain't going to submit outside. The referee's counting. You cannot get a submission outside. You got to get the submission inside. Alexander went back in the ring outside to break the 10 count again. Referee's counting again. They're fighting back and forth. Ooh, and a super kick to Mr. Sunshine by Alexander. And Alexander gets back in the ring. What the hell is he doing? It looks like he's throwing a temper tantrum. Goes outside the ring. Break the count. And now he's going out there and make a temper tantrum outside the ring. It looks like what's going on. It looks like a power bomb. man, the back of his head almost hit the edge of the ring. That would have broken his neck for sure, and the referee's counting. Mr. Sunshine gets up. It looks like he's groggy a little bit. Get back in the ring. Alexander's going outside the ring. And now he's throwing another temper tantrum. What the hell? He's got the upper hand of the match. Why the hell is he throwing a temper tantrum? Into a super kick. And go back inside the ring over the top rope. And a 450 splash, but Mr. Sunshine was able to counter it. Alexander crashes and burns. Ooh, left and right by Alexander. Irish Whipson and Mr. Sunshine hits the steel steps. Both getting him back inside the ring. Ooh, Mr. Sunshine sucker punches Alexander, and Alexander falls off the apron of the ring. Alexander gets up and kicks him, Mr. Sunshine in the gut. Irish Whipson in the barricade again. Headbutts him. Mr. Sunshine falls out and kicking Mr. Sunshine back up. Irish Whipson to the pole of the ring again. Headbutts him off of that. Alexander goes back inside and breaks the 10 count again. Ooh, Irish Whipson hits him and headbutts him off the pole again. Irish Whipson, but Alexander was able to stop it. An elbow at the edge of the apron there. Alexander's back inside the ring. And now he's telling Mr. Sunshine to get up. What's he gonna do? Ooh. Kick some punches, What's he gonna do? Swings him around and then a super kick. Going for a cover. 1, 2, 3, and Alexander beats Mr. Sunshine here tonight.
Alexander.
Congratulations, Alexander. And the crowd is going crazy. In the near future, Alexander and Taylor Storm will have to defend those YPSW Tag Team Championships. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
29, 30, I'm getting there, honey. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Is that the right amount here?
Well, hello there, Mr. Haggis. Guess I didn't know how it was your time for your daily workout of your South Beach diet. But at least the board of directors has the common sense of bringing me back on the show. And put me in a match against your little goon, Honin Big Vincent. But don't worry, I will hit my hands on your so-called prized champion, and at Summerfest. As for Warlock, don't worry, he'll get what he deserves very, very soon. So do me a favor, Mr. Haggis, and get the fuck out of my locker room so I can prepare for my match.
Zane, I know the board of directors let you back in the arena, but I'm telling you right now to stay away from Warlock and stay away from the $1 Million Willie. Do I make myself clear?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Big Hoss and Zane Crow. Well, we got to take a short break because we're having some technical difficulties in the production truck. We're not going to commercial break, but we'll be right back in a few minutes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got those technical difficulties cleared up, and we're sorry for about the wait. So here we go for our upcoming match between Zane Crow and Big Vincent. Let's take it up to Silva.
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 270 pounds, Big Vincent.
Here comes Big Vincent coming down to the ring to get ready for his match against Zane Crow. Earlier tonight, Zane Crow came out and called out Warlock, but instead Big Hoss came out and banned Zane Crow from the arena. Then later on in the show, I got an email from the board of directors stating that Zane Crow was medically cleared to compete here tonight and allowed him back in the arena and gave him Big Vincent to face tonight. Or if I was Big Vincent, I wouldn't want to beat him right now. This guy is jacked up. And I can't believe it. This guy, of all the skills he has, is working for a guy like the $1 Million Willie, and the crowd is booing him out of the arena.
And his opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 243 pounds, the Painkiller, Zane Crow.
And here comes the Painkiller, Zane Crow. He is the new #1 contender for the YPXW Championship for Summerfest, and the $1 Million Willie is not happy about this. Zane Crow told me earlier tonight, Fossil, I'm gonna win the YPXW Championship at Summerfest, and there's gonna be change around here. Zane Crow also told me since he can't get his hands on Warlock here tonight, he's going to beat the holy crap out of Big Vincent. And the crowd is going crazy. This guy has all the gifts that a superstar can be given. And I have a funny feeling at Summerfest, he might fulfill his destiny and become the new YPXW heavyweight champion. You may not like the guy, you have to respect him for what he has done here recently in YPXW. And the match starts off. And Big Vincent knocks down Zane Crow. Zane Crow gets back up and gets Big Vincent in a headlock. Swings him around and knocks him down onto the mat. And a takedown by Big Vincent. Into a waist lock, into Zane Crow into a headlock back and forth. And a back suplex by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. Kick him in the gut into a headlock. Zane Crow reverses and does a chop block behind Big Vincent's knee. Ooh, and a takedown by Big Vincent. Irish will come up in the corner. Whispering the win by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Into a arm drag. Big Vincent was able to counter it. Crow was able to counter out of that. And was able to take him down. A swinging neck breaker on the ropes to Big Vincent. Zane Crow Irish whips him now into a takedown bomb. Lock coming out, swinging around into a drop kick. Zane Crow's going to the top rope and did a modified swanton bomb to Big Vincent. Headlock coming up into a wrist lock, swings him around. And another takedown bomb by Zane Crow. Rigged to the eyes of Zane Crow. Zane Crow does another, counters into another takedown bomb. Big Vincent rigs Zane Crow in the eyes again. Right punches. Irish whip coming up into a black hole slam. Picks Zane Crow up again into a headlock. Elbow to the face. Irish whips him hard into the turnbuckle, bounces off, and does a shoulder block to Zane Crow. Zane Crow counters into a jawbreaker. Irish whips him in the corner. Big Vincent counters, throws him in the corner, and does a short clothesline. And does an axe handle on the back of Zane Crow, but Zane Crow was able to dodge it into a waist lock. Vincent was able to dodge it into an arm guard. Twists his arm again, kicks him in the gut, works him in the midsection. Ooh, and then drop kicked by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Vincent counters and punches him in the midsection again. Lock up into a slam, press slam. Ooh, and a takedown clothesline by Big Vincent. Zane Crow is able to counter with his forearm and does a neck breaker to Big Vincent. Now he punches Big Vincent into the face. Big Vincent rigs Zane Crow into the eyes. The lock coming up into a scoop slam. On and off. And does an elbow drop to Big Vincent. Big Vincent counters and does another rig to the eyes. Kicks him in the gut. Big Vincent counters into an Irish whip. Zane Crow counters into a roll-up. Referee only gets a 1 count. And a chop block by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Another thumb to the eye by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. Into a waist lock. Zane Crow was able to counter out of it. Ooh, and Big Vincent was able to get out of that. Irish whip by Zane Crow into the corner and bounces him off the turnbuckle. Zane Crow pushes him off. Big Vincent was pushing him off, into a net breaker. Picks Big Vincent up. Big Vincent Irish whips him in the turnbuckle again. Zane Crow's fighting out of it. Into another chop block to Big Vincent's knee. Now he's working on that knee on Big Vincent. Into a waist lock. Into a back suplex. Another rig to the eyes by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. Zane Crow was able to counter. Kicks him in the gut. Into a headlock. What's he gonna do now? And a suplex coming up by Zane Crow. What's he gonna do now? He's telling Big Vincent to get up. And does another takedown leg drop. Big Vincent was an Irish whip from outside the ring. Big Vincent goes out and gets him. They're fighting outside the ring, and the referee's got a 10 count. Ooh, an enziguri kick to the back of the head by Big Vincent outside the ring. Referee's still counting. They better get back in. And the referee's up for a 5. And a backbreaker by Zane Crow. Zane Crow looks like he's going back in the ring. Big Vincent gets back in the ring. Zane Crow's on the outside. He bounces off the top rope and clothesline Big Vincent. He's putting like a dragon sleeper on Big Vincent. Well, Big Vincent's tap out. Zane Crow's got it hinged in there pretty good. Will he tap? Referee's in there checking. Will he tap? And Big Vincent taps out and Zane Crow wins. Zane Crow beats Big Vincent here and the crowd's going nuts. Zane Crow has beaten the $1 Million Willie's lackey Big Vincent. And Zane Crow is one push one step closer to become YPXW champion. Congratulations, Ytxw. And the crowd's going crazy for Ytxw. They want Ytxw to be the next YPXW heavyweight champion. And if you were here tonight, crowd, oh my God! There's Warlock. Oh no. Warlock is out. And Ytxw wants Warlock in that ring. What's Warlock gonna do? I guess he says, not tonight. I got your number, buddy. And Ytxw is pissed off. Ytxw wanted Warlock here tonight. Wow. Ytxw is celebrating his victory over Big Vincent and is one step closer to become YPXW World Champion. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
That's it. That's it, baby. Come on. That's it, baby. Call me, come on.
Het informatienummer 118 stopt. Vanaf nu bel je voor nummerinformatie en doorverbinden met 1850. En 1850 doet er alles aan om het nieuwe informatienummer bekend te maken. 1850, nummerinformatie en doorverbinden.
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Jacksonville, Florida, weighing in at 170 pounds, Sim Travis. And his opponent, from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 244 pounds, Johnny Lewis.
And here comes Johnny Lewis. On the last episode of YPXW, he made his debut against Twitch Hollerin. Well, tonight, he has an opponent called Sim Travis. He's also from the YPXW's developmental program, YPXW PCO Championship Wrestling. Well, Sim Travis is up here in YPXW Collision to face off with Johnny Lewis. Johnny Lewis here has muscles in places where most people don't even have places. I talked to him earlier tonight, and he says, I'm here for one thing, and that's a huge impact here in YPXW. And the girls sure love him. If I want to second, and I'll walk out. He'll start running off Mr. Johnny Lewis here. Man, Johnny Lewis is between of a Lex Luger and a look like Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah! And we're off. And right off with a belly-to-belly suplex by Johnny Lewis to Sim Kravitz. And now we got the back-to-belly suplex by Johnny Lewis to Kravitz. Irish whip coming up into the swing back around into a belly-to-belly suplex by Johnny Lewis. Irish whip coming up in the corner. And here comes a hard clothesline into the turnbuckle by Johnny Lewis. Johnny Lewis has got a headlock on him. Oh, wait a minute, he's standing on the top of his head. He's putting more pressure on Kravis's neck. And got a headlock in, and a suplex coming up, and he hits it. He picks Kravis up again. And a face plant DDT by Johnny Lewis into a headlock. Well, standing headlock, put more pressure on Kravis's neck. But Kravis does not give up. And Johnny Lewis is posing, and Kravis kicks him in the gut. See, posing's wasting a lot of time. But Johnny Lewis was able to counter it into a neck breaker with using his knee. And a face plant DDT again by Johnny Lewis, and Johnny Lewis is posing. Look at that physique. Johnny Lewis should be in Muscle Fitness magazine or something. Irish whip into the corner again. Putting him on top of the top rope. What's he going to do? Kind of looks like this. Well, hold on. What's he going to do? Puts Travis is on. And a rollout slam by Johnny Lewis. A standing suplex coming up. Sorry, that was a standing headlock coming up. And a face plant DDT by Johnny Lewis. Coming up. And a suplex coming up. And he hits it. And now he's posing again, ladies and gentlemen. Travis doesn't know where he's at. He's dazed. And a muscle buster slam by Johnny Lewis. Is he going for the cover? 1, 2, 3. And Johnny Lewis has another victory over Seth Travis.
Johnny Lewis.
What another great match by Johnny Lewis. He showed his dominance here tonight. Here on YTXW Collision episode 6. What's next for this phenomenal athlete? Here in YTXW. And the crowd's going crazy. Maybe I gotta get his pen and get my foul.
That right there was not much of a workout match. Again. So this guy did not earn my respect. So someone, please give me more of a workout match next time. Because I'm Johnny Lewis, and I'm all that is.
Well, that was Johnny Lewis saying that he wants more of a workout match. Well, the CEO of YTXW better listen to him. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Welcome back to YTXW Collision. This is our main event, champion versus champion. Dan Matthews versus the $1 Million Willie. And here comes the reigning and defending YTXW Internet champion, Dan Matthews. He is here tonight to prove that he is a better champion than the $1 Million Willie. Well, Dan Matthews has been a fighting champion since day one of winning that title. And he successfully retained that title at In Your Living Room against Big Vincent, the $1 Million Willie's lackey.
And his opponent from Sarasota, Florida, weighing in at 277 pounds, he is the YTXW World Heavyweight Champion, $1 Million Willie.
And here comes the reigning and defending YTXW Heavyweight Champion, the $1 Million Willie. The $1 Million Willie has been champion for 119 days today. This guy defended his title at In Your Living Room, YTXW's very first pay-per-view against Tony James. He successfully retained the title because of that big monster called Warlock. Tonight, he's going up against Dan Matthews, the Internet champion. And earlier tonight, he told me that Dan Matthews is only a B+. because he's only second best because he's the internet champion, and the $1 Million Willie is the face of YTXW because he is the heavyweight champion of the world. And he said he will remain heavyweight champion of the world for a very long time. Well, coming up very soon, he will be defending that title against the #1 contender, Zane Crow, which earlier on tonight he had a big victory over Big Vincent, the $1 Million Willie's lackey. And the match starts off right in with a headlock and a jawbreaker by the $1 Million Willie. The $1 Million Willie's kicking him. Dan Matthews able to get up. Irish whip coming up by the $1 Million Willie into the turnbuckle. Waist lock. Dan Matthews is trying to fight out of it. Headlock, an elbow to the back of the head of Dan Matthews. Left and right in a hard clothesline down by the $1 Million Willie. Now he's hammering the back of the head of Dan Matthews on the mat. Clotheslines Dan Matthews, puts him in a headlock. Dan Matthews is able to get out of it. Ooh, and a swinging neck breaker by Dan Matthews. But the $1 Million Willie is able to counter back and do a hard clothesline to the mat to Dan Matthews. A headlock coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And does it. $1 Million Willie does a takedown to Dan Matthews. Dan Matthews reverses. $1 Million Willie reverses his back and does a clothesline. Irish foot coming into the turnbuckle. And a short clothesline by the $1 Million Willie. Ooh, and a takedown by the $1 Million Willie. Arm drag coming up. Got Dan Matthews in the turnbuckle and do a short clothesline. $1 Million Willie's going to the top rope and axe handle, but Dan Matthews was able to counter it into a punch in the gut to the $1 Million Willie. A takedown by the $1 Million Willie. Dan Matthews counters and takes down the $1 Million Willie and does a rolling leg drop, but the $1 Million Willie was able to get out of that into a side effect by Dan Matthews. Left and right's coming up. And Dan Matthews is countering back and forth with the $1 Million Willie. And takedown, hip toss by the $1 Million Willie. And looks like a full Nelson slam by Dan Matthews. The $1 Million Willie is reversing back and forth now. And a jawbreaker by the $1 Million Willie. Kicking in the gut, punching him, kicking him. Ooh, and he does a hard slap in the ropes to Dan Matthews. Irish whip Dan Matthews, $1 Million Willie. $1 Million Willie was able to counter it. A headlock by Dan Matthews, reversing it around. Suplex coming up, and the $1 Million Willie hits it on Dan Matthews. Dan Matthews get us out of it. Irish foot coming up by the $1 Million Willie. Dan Matthews flips over the top rope, hangs on in the apron, and an axe handle, and Dan Matthews falls off the apron and onto the floor. And the referee's starting to count. They're fighting outside the ring here. Ooh. Left and right by the $1 Million Willie. They're fighting out there. Referee, I think he's up to about a 5 count. I was these two. I'd get back in the ring very soon. And takedown by Dan Matthews. An armbar by Dan Matthews. Irish whip coming up. Dan Matthews gets back in the ring. $1 Million Willie, better hurry up. Referee still counting. He gets back in the ring in the nick of time. Suplex coming up. Ooh, and he hits it. An elbow to the back of the neck of Dan Matthews by the $1 Million Willie. Body slam coming up. He hits it. Picks Dan Matthews back up again into a neck breaker by the $1 Million Willie. And another net breaker coming up, and he hits it. Backdrops him outside the ring. Dan Matthews does over the top rope outside the ring. Now Dan Matthews goes out and balls with him outside. Referee starting his count again. And a full Nelson suplex by Dan Matthews to $1 Million Willie. Ooh, $1 Million Willie's trying to kick, but Dan Matthews countered, then $1 Million Willie counters it with a thumb to the eye. Referee's counting. An atomic drop on his knee. Dan Matthews is laying out there. $1 Million Willie getting back in the ring and came back out to break the count. The referee has to start the count all over again. Left and right and kicks to Dan Matthews. Irish whips into the corner of the barricade. A headbutt. Dan Matthews falls to the ground. Irish whips into the steel post of the ring. Headbutts him off the post and rolls him back in the ring. $1 Million Willie now gets back in the ring. Dan Matthews was trying to do some left and rights, but $1 Million Willie was able to counter it. And a suplex coming up and he hits it. Irish whip coming up. Dan Matthews went over the top rope. He's hanging on with the $1 Million Willie. Oh, I think that was a low blow, ref. I don't think the referee saw, but I think that was a low blow. And Dan Matthews falls outside the ring. What a dirty shot. See, that's what the $1 Million Willie, he gets away with everything because he's rich and he's the champion. Well, one day he's going to get what's coming to him. Now they're fighting outside the ring, and the referee was doing the count, but the $1 Million Willie went back in to break the count. Ooh, an axe handle, but Dan Matthews was able to counter, but $1 Million Willie, Irish whips in the corner of the barricade again and headbutts him. And he falls down the ground. Now he's stomping on him. Dan Matthews' knees has to be injured because before $1 Million Willie went back in to break the ring count, he Irish whipped him right into the steel steps. They're reversing each other outside the ring, and a back suplex coming up, and then he hits it. An elbow to the back of Dan Matthews' ring. Now the $1 Million Willie's getting back in the ring to break the count. Now he's going back outside. He's fighting outside, got a headlock from him, but Dan Matthews is fighting back. $1 Million Willie versus that into a whisper. Now Dan Matthews versus that. And an atomic drop coming up. They're running into a running bulldog, and I think Dan Matthews is busted open, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third time tonight that someone's gotten busted open. And a suplex right on the steel steps. Dan Matthews' back. It has to be broken for Pete's sakes. I think we need to get some medical help down here. If anyone can hear me, get some medical help down here. This is getting ridiculous. Bet you the CEO of this company is probably holding back medical personnel no matter what this match is going on. What a great match this has been, but I think Dan Matthews is seriously hurt. A swinging neck breaker with the knee. That's $1 Million Willie's one of $1 Million Willie's patent holds. And now he's taunting the crowd, and the crowd's booing him out of the ring. Dan Matthews getting back. And a super kick by the $1 Million Willie to Dan Matthews. Going for the cover. 1, 2. And the $1 Million Willie kicks out at 2.5. I mean, Dan Matthews kicks out at 2.5. $1 Million Willie Irish whips him and sucker punch him, falls him off at the edge of the apron. Now they're fighting outside again. And a hard clothesline outside the ring by the $1 Million Willie to Dan Matthews. And a body slam coming up. And the referee's counting. Come on, ref, get him back in. $1 Million Willie's coming back in to break the count. And a spine buster by Dan Matthews. Dan Matthews was able to get enough sense to put a spine buster on, but it wasn't enough. I think Dan Matthews is getting weak because he didn't have much force in that spine buster. $1 Million Willie's fighting back. Ooh, he Irish whips him back in the ring. Dan Matthews like he's oozing out of it. Looks like a double arm camel clutch coming up. Referee checks to see if he wants to submit, but I don't think Dan Matthews had it in all the way because I think he's kind of woozy. And there's blood on the mat. Man, Dan Matthews is bleeding like a stuffed pig. And another super kick to the face to Dan Matthews, and that could make that cut bigger. And here comes a count. And was a 3 count.
And the winner of the
What a
match,
match. DMDMF put up a hell of a match, but the $1 Million Willie won. And that's why he is the face of YTXW and the reigning defending YTXW heavyweight champion. At Summerfest, he'll be defending that title against the #1 contender, Zane Crow. There he is in all his glory. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode of YTXW Collision. See you next time.